Sex, the act of reproducing. Such an important process cannot exist without a complicated structure. But how does one go about getting sex? How does one find a ready, willing, and able mate? Fortunately for the human species, nature has solved this problem with a ritual known as flirting. Flirting is an evolutionarily developed behavior to help Homo sapiens judge potential mates without risking pregnancy. But what are the signals of attractiveness? And how does one get the other to consent to sex? Well, as part of my famous Urban Jungle series, I followed around a heterosexual couple just beginning this mating dance, and will take you through tonight on Prelude to Consummation.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle.
For heterosexual couples, each gender looks for a specific feature in the other gender, which the other gender instinctively realizes and displays through flirting. Females, the main parental figure, look for a mate with the resources to make a good father. Males, whose role as parent is less biologically imperative, are looking for short-term relationships. Thus, they look for young, healthy, attractive mates with which to sport the field. And while modern times may make both genders interested in the short-term relationship, their flirting nonetheless reflects the more traditional values. I traveled to various locations searching for clearly defined examples of flirting, and found my couple in a co-ed dormitory. My female is typical of her gender. She introduces herself to the males of her dormitory with a traditional hip wiggle, an instinctive body movement designed to elicit attention to the childbearing area and saying, "I am young, healthy, with a large pelvis and will bear many children." The message is not lost on this male, whose gaze could not be anywhere but there. With her interest signaled and received by a male, the female retreats to a place of preening. The interesting thing about this species is that it is the female which must display the colors to attract a mate, which is opposite most all other species, where mundane camouflage is necessary to protect the offspring. Here, the female makes herself up with a variety of colored paints. While the paints do serve the purpose of making her more in tune with a male's preferences, I feel the makeup also externalizes her inner desires in a non-invasive and hence feminine way, as it signals her desire for a mate when she first enters a room. The female typically begins the flirting with a come-hither look, typically a coy behavior, which involves the shy gaze and some signal of youth, such as hair twirling. This look communicates her interest in a particular male, but also warns that she will not take any lovers and leavers. The male's dance steps are to body arch, puff himself up and show off his strong chest, while also smiling. This signals not only the vitality of his sperm, but his willingness to be there in the morning. Even in an age of one-night stands, flirtation steps are still controlled by reproductive roots. Once he has sufficiently puffed himself up, he will acknowledge the female's summons by joining her. Flirting requires a certain truth in advertising. If either does not have the goods, then they cannot be displayed. A stroke of the skin feels for flaws caused by ill health. A laugh displays white teeth denoting both health and a youthful age. Of course, modern times have brought artificial enhancements, the Wonder Bra, for example, but good sound health still seeps through. Close proximity testing is a way of checking for problems that may not have been noticeable from afar. Preening the mate is a way to signal fixed attentiveness, while finger wrestling signals mutual acceptance. When both have agreed that neither is lying, they separate from the herd to continue towards consummation through intimacy.
Why do humans need intimacy to become sexually aroused when pornography and alcohol is easily on hand? I believe intimacy is more a way to increase a mate's willingness to have sex. By focusing attention onto one mate, the human is signaling their intention to only share sex with that chosen mate. This, of course, is done for reciprocation of the willingness. Nonetheless,
The higher the plateau of intimacy is noticeable in the positioning of their bodies. The more intimate the couple, the less space there is between bodies. A perfect, positive correlation.
The arm around the waist is not only an excitatory gesture, but a possessive assurance that the mate will not run off unless it is part of the ritual dance. Notice how playful they are. The very adult act of reproducing brings back the pleasures of infancy, which may be a partial explanation of the human male's obsession with big breasts. Perhaps he remembers how large his mother's breasts were in relation to his head when he breastfed all those years ago, and now seeks out the same size ratio in his mate. A very Freudian concept. Tickling is very important, as it is a predecessor of the most laborious aspect of sexual intercourse, foreplay. This very innocent appearing game is actually an exploratory probe to find the other's erogenous areas, a technique which will later be utilized to make penetration easier and thus total time necessarily spent together less, allowing both sexes to seek new mates if the original coupling did not result in fertilization of the female. Now, it took only about half an hour for the flirtation ritual to result in the male drawing the female to his lair for sex, with the traditional offering of food as an exchange for sexual intercourse. It is important to know why such an evolutionary, important ritual went by so quickly.
A world where almost every waking second is devoted to material gains, secondary pursuits like mating often are left to rely on reserve energy, which needs constant replenishing. Thus, the customary intake of pizza after sex is performed.
Are you following us?
Well, yes, I'm conducting research into into human mating rituals.
Take care, asshole!
No! It's all in the name of science!
Give me the fucking camera, I'm gonna call the police!
I should have expected that. Homo sapiens are so self-conscious about their sexual performance that many of them will not have sex in front of others, even for purely practical scientific reasons. Nevertheless, the rest is easy enough to imagine. Foreplay begins and runs through all we've just seen in a much more intense and rapid pace, ultimately climaxing in pelvic penetration. Wish I could have caught it on tape, though. But there'll be other times. That's the benefit of conducting such research on a college campus. So many able and willing subjects. Oh well, this has been Prelude to Consummation, and I hope you've learned as much as I have. Good night.
Like, I told him I would get my breast done if I was, like, gonna do a nude scene with Brad Pitt. So what did he do? Gave it to some bimbo whose boobs were, like, bigger than her head and full of the same shit. Can you believe it? He wasn't even willing to pay for them. I mean, you don't blame me, Sarah. No one in their right mind would. I pierced tongue maybe, but only for a practical reason.
Sure, Jamie.
I mean, sure, I'm an out-of-work actress, but that doesn't mean I don't have my dignity. Besides, you give that kind of director an inch, he'll think he can control you. Be doing nude scenes just to get that extra scrap of cash at the end of the shoot. Oh, fuck. I didn't want the dumb job anyway. I didn't even know how to swim. What would I be doing on the beach? Dumb lifeguards. Hey, is everything okay? You seem like gone tonight.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Find my ass. You're bluer than a frozen smurf. I know what'll cheer you up. Let's play your favorite game.
No, I don't want to.
Come on. I'll even let you go first this time. If it was up to you, which director would you fuck to get a job? Shit, Sarah. That's like the no-brainer. It's not like there are a whole lot of sexy ones to
Jimmy,
choose
just
from.
stop it, okay? I said I don't want to.
Jesus, Sarah. Something is like seriously wrong with you tonight. It's not Quick Fingers Jeff, is it? I didn't think that close rejection hit you so hard.
It's not that. It's nothing, Mike. Look, let's just forget I said anything, okay? Let's get another round of drinks. I'll buy, all right?
Like hell. Come on. We've never kept secrets in our 20-plus years of friendship. Sisters at heart, remember? Tell Sister Jamie what happened.
I got a job.
And you're fucking sad? You stupid bitches. It's like a happy time, remember? And here I was bitching about my failure while you suffered because you didn't want to hurt my feelings. Oh, Jesus, you gotta roll. I mean, what is it? What's the picture? Who's directing? Oh, Sarah, you didn't have to fuck him to get the role, did you? Is that why you didn't want to answer the question?
I didn't get a role. I got a real job for a talent agency. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just entry-level bookkeeping and whatnot. But, I mean, it has potential, you know, to move up, and it's good money. A sure thing.
What would you want a sure thing for? What about our dream? You know, Hollywood, the big time, naming lights, swimming pools, movie stars. You want to trade in our dream for a sure thing? Come on, Sarah. You wouldn't do something stupid like going 9 to 5 on me.
Listen to yourself, would you? Our dream? It was never our dream. It was always your dream. Jamie, we're small-town Wisconsin, trying to be California girls. I mean, really. Our only, talent of any sort was in a high school production of Death of a Salesman. As a musical. Come on, Jamie, where are we? Look at us. Where are we, huh? We're a couple of high school dropouts, down to our last couple hundred, chasing some image of Hollywood that we're just never gonna get to. You know, I mean, of course I'd trade this in for a sure thing. And so should you. We are 9 to 5, and we always will be. We need to go back to where we belong. So stop chasing that rainbow, Dorothy, and let's get the fuck out of Oz. I mean, we can still hang out, and we can still be friends, and I mean, maybe you can even get a job with me, you know? And you could do, I don't know, casting calls on the side. I mean, that would be fun, right?
Don't do me any favors, bitch.
Steven Spielberg.
What?
I'd fuck Spielberg for a role.
Spielberg? He's like 60 or something.
Yeah, but he's powerful. Powerful on the set equals powerful in the sack.
Yes.
So, who would you fuck?
Oh, Mel Gibson.
Hey, that's not fair. He's an actor.
Nobody's perfect.
around, I get around, yeah, get around, round, round, I get around, I get around, round, 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 I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, get around, round, round, I get around. I'm getting bug driving up and down the same old strip. I gotta find a new place where the kids are hip. My buddies and me, you're getting real well known. Yeah, the bad guys know us.
I invited Mike and Jill over Friday.
Do they like Scream?
Jill's never seen it. It's her third date, you know.
I know that. What was that?
Stay here, Becky. I'll check it out. Hello? Is anyone there?
Finally. I was so scared. What's wrong? Why won't you hug me?
I forgot.
What was it?
Nothing. Let us go.
Where'd you get the hat?
You like?
Terrific, but where?
In the alley. In the alley. Morning sugar.
Jason, honey, you're gonna be late. Is everything all right?
That felt good.
Aren't you going to class?
Why?
Maybe you shouldn't. You're not well.
Whatever.
there. I know you know I'm here. So what are we going to do about it? It's just you and me. Hello, Mr. Smith.
Are you Mistress Francesca?
I was wondering when you'd show up.
How do you know I'd come?
I'm psychic. How can I help you?
My name is Becky. I think my boyfriend is possessed.
Really? Why do you think that?
He's doing strange things. I don't know how to explain it, but he's not acting like himself. It's not normal to never take a hat off, is it?
It depends on the hat.
It all started with that damn hat.
When was this?
Last night, we were walking along and heard a noise. When he came back, he was Jason, but not Jason, you know? That means a possession, like an exorcist, right?
You realize that a demonic possession is a very serious thing. Solving such a problem is quite expensive.
I don't care what the price is. I just want my Jason back to normal. Will you help me?
I was given my powers to help those like you. Take me to him.
Around the corner. Hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, you didn't tell me you were bringing your boss home for dinner. I'm Mrs. Cleaver, and I'm so pleased to meet you.
See what I mean?
Has he watched a lot of TV lately?
I was gone all day. Why?
Demons need help learning our language. TV is an instant lesson. Take my coat, will you? I'm gonna be here a while. So, Jason, Becky's told me all about you. She says you're not feeling very well.
Have you ever felt, not so fresh? I have. Care for a sample?
It's, unique. What's in it?
Tomato, chocolate, carrots, cat food, chives, shoe polish, and cumin.
It's a nasty bastard. This is gonna take time. And time is money.
Whatever the cost, just help him.
You better go. This won't be pretty. Jason, I need to talk to Jason.
What you talking about, Willis?
Jason, do you hear me?
Eat my shorts. Ay, caramba.
Jason, listen to my voice and I'll bring you back.
That's what I'm saying. Becky, what are you talking about? What's going on? Yeah, it's fine. What's going on? There's nothing here.
But there were 5 things just floating there.
What do they look like?
I don't know. Silver, I think? I saw them. I know I did.
Oh, of course you did. Maybe you should lie down for a while. You could be coming down with the flu or something.
As long as you're okay, I'm okay.
Aren't you forgetting something?
I owe her money for some books. Can you pay her?
Oh, Sure, I'll be right back. How much and to whom?
$250. Mistress Francesca.
$250? What did she buy, a set of encyclopedias?
On the paranormal.
Doesn't surprise me. She'll buy into any fad.
The paranormal is not a fad. It's a fact. A way of life.
Whatever makes you hot.
Yes. You're back to normal. Case closed. Good day.
I saw some soup on the stove. Maybe that'll help you feel better.
I'm picking up